Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's January the 27th. The featured matchup this morning here at the Silver Stick Finals in Port Huron, Michigan. The last game of the round robin features the visiting team, the Honeybaked Gold from the Michigan area, and the home team, the Duffield Devils. The winner of this game is going to advance to the quarterfinals played later this afternoon. Both these teams came out flying in the warm-ups. We are definitely going to have to buckle our seat belts and put your trays in the upright position because this is about to take off. Starting for Duffield today, we're going to have Sells, Foster, Scolari on defense, Johnny Leung, and Alex St. John in net. Beta. Sells wins it back. Leung retreats in behind his net around the boards. Passes it up. Foster lets it go for Sells. Sells gets it knocked off his stick, and the Honeybaked defense go back in behind the net, look to try and run it out. It cuts to the line. Leung with a quick shot, just wide of the net. On the wall, Sells looks to get around one, throws a backhand in. Foster, with a defenseman on him, just steers it wide of the net. Now Sells turns in from the half wall. They try and push it through, and now Honeybaked comes up. A turnover at center ice. Sells throws a backhand in softly. All five make a change. Honeybaked looks for the stretch pass. The winger touches it and fires it in deep. Serrani goes back for it. He gets taken down. Looks like he's going to be okay. He gets up. A little bit of pushing and shoving back there. Now they come back around the other side. Westover chips it up to Tennille Rodrigo. Tennille Rodrigo to Cohen. Now Honeybaked gets a hold of it, pushes it out of the zone. McDonald fires it in deep, and that goes for an offside. 13:42 remaining here in this opening frame. Both these teams coming out flying. Referees determine that the face-off's going to be at center ice. Luca wins it. Lansfield throws it back to Leung. Leung now retreats back, reverses it to Harris Peru. Harris Peru around just under Oosterhuis's stick. Now he regains control and sends it up to Luca. Luca turns on the Jets, then uses his edge work in the corner. A bit of a stumble. Oosterhuis follows it up to try and help out. Honeybaked tries to come out of the zone. Puck's sitting there. And now it comes back out. Luca leaves it, throws it back to Leung. Leung up to Lansfield. Just in behind him, Honeybaked causes a turnover. Now they come back up. Oosterhuis gains the blue line, tries to hold off the defenseman, allows a couple of guys to make a quick change. Honeybaked picks that up. They try and push it up the ice, and now Doyle for Honeybaked throws it deep into the zone. Westover goes back for it. Westover with a couple of guys on him, gets it around to Scolari. Scolari now comes up, gains the blue line, drives wide, using his big body, maintains the puck in behind the net. Now Foster comes in to help and offers support. Sends it out. Sells just misfires there. Now Scolari in the corner with the Honeybaked defenseman. Angles it off. Grabs the puck. Throws it off the boards. Tries to get it up past the winger. Now it's out. St. John engages his man. Sells comes back. Picks it up. Westover leaves it for Sells. He goes in behind his net. Hits Foster on the wall. Foster takes a look. Honeybaked picks that off, sends it back in deep. Sells goes back once again. He looks to get his speed going, gets it up to Foster, just rolls off to center, and LeBlanc throws it back to Westover. Westover gives it to St. John. St. John to Foster. A nice backhand pass, and now Sells. He just takes and rifles one in on net, tests the goalkeeper. Cohen charges in to try and help out. Now they look to try and get things going. Leung with one man on him. Now McDonald picks it up. McDonald gets it back to Leung. Now Leung chips it off the wall to himself, and he gains the zone. Johnny Leung looks to hit Pedro Tenillo Rodrigo. He pushes it in. Now Cohen. Cohen in behind the net. Cohen takes a look, reverses it back to himself. Now Honeybaked on the wall, tries to come out. Tenillo Rodrigo to Leung. Leung to Serrani. Serrani off the boards, hits McDonald. McDonald pushes that one forward and then just fires it in on net, and they steer it into the corner. Honeybaked turns in the corner, fires it up the right wing wall. It comes all the way out to center ice where Westover grabs it, eludes the first man, and then he gets it up to Lansfield. Lansfield now drives in, throws it across, hit a charge and Luca in front, but his stick was tied up. Honeybaked tries to get it in behind, but Harris Peru picked that one off briefly. A 2-on-1 develops here with Honeybaked. They throw it across, and Beta covers the bottom half of the net and pushes that one into the corner. Honeybaked in behind the net now, trying to set things up. Another big save, 2 in a row by Beta. And now the Honeybaked forward keeps it in. This one hits Harris Peru. And now Oosterhuis grabs it, throws it in deep. Doyle goes back for it, turns in front of his net, sends it up. Sells picks that off. Sells gains the zone, takes a quick shot, and the goalkeeper wisely covers up with 9:27 remaining here. At the McMorran Arena. Sells wins it back to Leung. They throw it into the corner. Foster grabs it. Sells tries to get through a couple of guys. Doyle grabs that. Now, Leung with a little bit of space. Johnny Leung drives around the net, takes a look, throws it back through St. John over to Sells. He fires one. Leung now. And in the back of the net, Johnny Leung makes it 1-0 Duffield. St. John got the puck on the left side, threw it across to Sells. He took a shot that hit something, landed in the middle of the ice. Johnny Leung grabbed it, skated in, and fired one 5-hole on the goalkeeper with 9:02 remaining to stake Duffield to a 1-0 lead. Cohen charges in, takes his man out of the play. Now they try and come up the boards. A turnover there. Tenillo Rodrigo briefly gets things going. Now they try and come back around. Just missed one another there. And now Cohen engages on the wall. Johnny Leung grabs it once again. Leung turns, throws it around to Tenillo Rodrigo. Tenillo Rodrigo tries a backhand. Now it comes out, and he gets it up to McDonald. McDonald drives the zone. He fires a shot just wide of the net. Tenillo Rodrigo goes in. He gets rubbed out of the play. There's going to be a penalty there for body contact. Tenillo Rodrigo hard charging with tons of pressure. And Honeybaked will go on the penalty kill for 1:30 with 8:16 remaining here in this opening frame. Sells, Foster, Scoleri with Leung and Westover start the power play. They look to win it back. A bit of a scramble draw. Honeybaked grabs it. They fire it around. Westover cuts it off at the blue line. Walks the line, leaves it in. Now Scoleri takes a look, tries to feed it across to Foster. Now they come back. Sells and fires one off the shaft of the goalkeeper's stick. Now they come back over. Leung to Westover. Leung Comes across to Sells, just misses Sells there, and the one-timer, a great opportunity. Westover to Leung. Leung fires another low shot, looking 5-hole, and that gets covered up quickly. Westover leaves it in. Now Leung grabs it once again, comes over, sauces a pass over to Sells on the half wall. He hits Westover, who's in the top of the key. Now Leung in behind the net to Scoleri. Scoleri takes a look from the corner, surveys the situation. Sells tries to elude his man. Now he fires a low shot, tipped there by Leung and just out of play. A great attempt. 32 seconds remaining here in this power play. 7:18 in the opening frame. Face-off's going to be to the left of the Honeybaked goalkeeper. We'll see what they have in store here. Foster pushes forward, tries to create some confusion. It comes back to Leung. Leung now walks into the middle of the ice. Feeds Sells on the far side. Sells brings it in, tries to get it to Foster. Now Sells turns, gets it back to Leung. Leung over to Serrani. Serrani walks in, feeds it across, just bounces over Sells' stick. Now Sells from the top of the circle, looking for an angle, feeds Serrani. Serrani tries to bring it back across. Honeybaked tries to turn it over, but Sells grabs it. The penalty's over. He fires a low shot, tipped in front by Scoleri. A great attempt there. Honeybaked looking just to get it out of the zone. And this time they do, but Sells is there to back at Leung, and he gets it in. Serrani gets caught from behind there. Now Honeybaked tries to drive in. Everybody's coming back. 5 for Honeybaked. Pushes it up. A backhander finds the top corner to make it 1-1 with 6:18 remaining here in this opening frame. We told you it was going to be entertaining, and boy, did both these teams come to play. Honeybaked killed off the penalty, and they were able to tie it up. Westover off the boards, pounds it down, it goes into the Honeybaked zone. Now we got a turnover, come back in, and back-to-back goals. With 6:06 remaining, Honeybaked makes it 2-1. Duffield's gonna look to have to respond here. They don't want to let them get too far out in front. McDonald wins it back. Leung now. Leung turns inside his zone. Fires it off the boards. Hits Cohen. Cohen up to Tennille Rodrigo. Tennille Rodrigo drives in. Just tries to get around, but the defenseman kicks forward. Now Cohen's in the corner. And now Tennille Rodrigo tries to get it up. McDonald. He goes out for it. Tries to push it back. They push it around St. John, but Cohen's back to back up and help Leung out. Leung turns in behind his net. Johnny Leung chips it off the wall. McDonald and Leung get tangled up. Now Leung gets it over. Cohen gets pushed off the puck. Leung this time grabs it, tries to get it back to St. John. That one just goes wide of the net. Now McDonald and Tennille Rodrigo go back for it. Tennille Rodrigo. Now McDonald pushes it up to Tennille Rodrigo. The Honeybaked creates a turnover. Now they come in the zone and Cohen grabs it. Cohen pushes it up to the defenseman for Honeybaked. He joins the fray, gets in the zone, and he runs out of real estate and pushes it wide of the net. Now they're in deep, taking a look. Honeybaked looks to try and hold it in the zone, but it just comes out. Now they push it back to their D. Over to the far side. Serrani goes back for it. McDonald chips it around the wall. And this time Foster gets it up to Sells. Sells gains the blue line, tries to drive wide, fires one just over the net. Harris Peru catches up to it before it gets out of the zone. Now they look to try and keep it in. Harris, Peru, and Foster in there in a battle. Scoleri keeping a close eye, and Sells right in behind. A turnover. Scoleri comes back, just misses Foster on the back door. Now Honeybaked comes up. They look to headman the puck, but we got a turnover. Foster, a 3-on-2 developing. Tries to get it across, but that hits the Honeybaked defenseman. Comes back. Serrani's able to kick it in and kick it forward. Foster pushes it in, and now Scoleri goes in for it. Scoleri looks to hold his man deep and try and create a turnover. Now they look to get out a turnover. They send it right to Matthew Luca, and he shoots it about a half a foot wide of the net. Doyle grabs it, fires it in the middle. That goes off Luca's stick or skate into the far corner. Now Leung gets surrounded by a couple of Honeybaked players, fires it around the far side to Sells. Sells takes a look, throws it up the middle of the ice to Lansfield. Lansfield leaves it for Luca. Luca eludes a couple of guys, just runs out of real estate. Fires one there, that hits a defenseman, and now a turnover. Now they come back. Vito with a big save, pushes it forward for Johnny Leung. He gathers the puck up and pushes it behind the net. Westover goes back for it. And now Luca. Luca pushes it up the boards. They tip it out of the zone, and Honeybaked turns at the defensive side, headmans the puck, and now we got a man caught deep, so Kurtz has to go back. Now McDonald tries to push it forward. They can't keep it in the zone. Leung's got to wait till everybody clears. Now he's got some space. Johnny Leung looks to try and get it back to McDonald. It gets tipped off his stick, and they come out of the zone. Unable to get to it. They push it forward. Now they come around. Leung grabs the puck and sets it up. Off the boards. They keep it in the zone. Now they try and get it back up. Leung once again with a couple of guys on him, needing some help back there. Now it comes back to St. John. Over to Leung. Off the wall. Leung tries to chip it high, but they're sealing it off and not letting Duffield get out of their zone. Cohen's going in to help out. McDonald's watching closely. Now they can't come away with it. It comes back into the corner. Leung grabs it once again. Just hits a wall. Now McDonald hits it up to Cohen. Now they get it up, but hits a arm out of the bench. And with 1:29 remaining, we're going to have a face-off deep in the Duffield zone. Sells on the draw. Honeybaked pushes it back. Now they fire it deep in the corner. Serrani gives chase. Tries to angle his man off, but they catch a guy at the side of the net. A bouncing puck. Everybody collapses. It's down. Serrani gets it out and pushes it around. The defenseman pinches in. Sells picks it up behind the net. Sells now gets it up to Scoleri. Scoleri tries to kick it forward. And now Honeybaked. Drive wide, run out of real estate, and just throw it in deep. St. John goes back for it. Off the wall. Feeds it to Foster. Foster now gains the red line, chips it off the wall. Honeybaked gets it just out of the zone. Sells is able to grab it. He fires one high, and the goalkeeper pushes that with his glove, and it goes out of play with 38.9 seconds remaining. Luca on the draw. They push it back. It just gets out of the zone. Leung reverses it. Now Luca picks it up. He drives in the zone. Into the corner he goes. He looks for the pass out front. The goalkeeper pushes that aside, and Honeybaked tries to come across the middle of the ice. Now Honeybaked forward, just glad to grab it, throw it in deep. Leung goes back for it with 15 seconds left, sends it to Lansfield on the far side. Lansfield tries to chip it off the wall. Now Luca with a bit of a break, but they're running out of time here. They got to get it. And Oosterhuis caught from behind. And the buzzer sounds, and that does it for the first period of this game, where we've got a 2-1 lead for Honeybaked. Join us for second and third period action once the Zamboni cleans the ice. We will talk to you shortly.